legislatures have authorized the use of asset disgorgement for more than 200 years. This legislation simply permits criminal asset disgorgement for convictions of interstate shipment of stolen goods, transportation of stolen goods, and sale or receipt of stolen goods. The government uses disgorgement to take the profit out of crime. No one has a right to retain the proceeds of their ill-gotten gains. Doing so would be an invitation to commit similar crimes tomorrow and forever. Senator Cornyn.
Mr. Chairman, let me just add at this point, I support that, and I think you do too.
Okay, you bet. Yeah. Senator Cornyn.
Thank you all for being here. I was struck by the fact that in each of your testimony, you highlight the transnational aspects of this problem. In other words, this is not just a local crime that DAs would prosecute in San Diego County necessarily. These are international networks and criminal organizations. And unfortunately, it reminds me of what we've become familiar with in places like Mexico, where the cartels do a lot of different things, but it's all designed to generate money for the cartels, whether they steal food, fuel, traffic in drugs, or in people. And now it seems like it's crossed our borders into the United States, because I note that in the Katy Mills Mall case that occurred in April of 2025 at Katy Mills Mall in Texas, two of the individuals that were apprehended had Mexican IDs. And then in the news, we hear about, for example, marijuana farms in California where unaccompanied minors who were allowed into the country without any real restriction during the Biden administration were part of the roundup there. ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, estimates that there are as many as 662,000 illegal immigrants currently in the country who have either criminal convictions or criminal charges pending against them. And it strikes me as this is quite a workforce for some of these criminal organizations. In other words, things don't stop at the border, and when people get into the United States who are unvetted and who have criminal convictions or make crime their life's work, they've got to be doing something. And I wonder, Mr. Glawe, do you think that part of the fact that we've had these open border policies in recent years that have allowed unvetted people, and these aren't just people who want to come here to work and have a better life, these are people who are unvetted, we don't know who they are, but if it includes such a large contingent of people with criminal convictions or who are currently charged with crimes, aren't they part of the workforce that are used by these organized criminal organizations to do what we're talking about here today?
Senator Cornyn, thank you for the question. And in my current role and past role, we know transnational criminal organizations know no boundaries. These are billion-dollar businesses. The Sinaloa cartel is one of the best known. It runs like a Fortune 500 company, moving people and moving goods. It's all about the money. These organizations have connectivity to nation states and terrorist organizations. We've seen that. This committee's well briefed on that and has oversight on some of those cases. Regarding the vetting of individuals and good, it is a critical component to protect the United States. As the Undersecretary for Intelligence, and I was the head of Intelligence at Customs and Border Protection, I know that very well. And identifying those criminal actors, those criminal networks, those terrorists that are coming in and out of the United States, and the goods that are being supplied in and outside of the country, the vetting process is critical. And I think this law, CORCA, is a good step in creating a center to identify the illicit goods and the people involved with trafficking those goods globally. It's an excellent first step, and we well know this model, and it works. It's a center of excellence model to our target an illicit activity that's affecting the United States and affecting the consumers. Thank you.
And Senator Durbin raises a concern that some of the law enforcement authorities that are currently being used to repatriate or deport people with criminal records out of the country, that somehow they are being diverted from other law enforcement activities. But I'll note that recently we voted for a $170 billion addition to the funding for ICE, for detention facilities and for personnel and training, and all of our Democratic colleagues voted against it. So I don't know, you really can't have it both ways. But do you believe that, as I do, Mr. Glawe, that these go hand in hand in terms of addressing this problem? You can't get at this problem without dealing with the people who are on the ground committing these crimes on a daily basis, who are then connected with these international organizations, can you?
Intelligence sharing on individuals and organizations and the supply chain is critical to have a hub for information sharing to identify those nefarious actors and operationalize the response.
Thank you.
Senator Hirano, you're next.